Okay, we live. It's saying you are live.
I see that.
So we are live. So first, I want to thank y'all for watching because I know y'all gonna watch later. Y'all might not watch right now, but y'all are gonna watch later. It's been a while since I've been here. It's been like 5 months. I don't know. It's been a lot of months since I went live and interviewed somebody. But because a few weekends ago, Miss Brandy said, you need to interview me. She like, look, come on, get that. Come on, we got to do this. So because of her, I am back and I am thankful for me seeing her again in person. So once again, thank y'all for joining. I'm calling this conversations with two women living with HIV. We're gonna be having a bunch of different conversations, but we starting off. I'm gonna be asking her a few questions, and we just gonna go from there. This is gonna be regular, y'all. We ain't doing all that super serious stuff. We is not doing none of that. But y'all might not know, but I'm Shatrivia. I'm Shatrivia, CEO of Unique Purpose Inc. And I've been living with HIV for 21 years. And this is Brandy. Brandy, you want to tell them about yourself? I don't remember how many years you've been positive, but definitely tell them where you from and get them to spiel about who you are.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us, and thank you for having me. My name is Brandy or B. Velasquez, and I am in Portland, Oregon. And in next month, it will be 29 years living with HIV, or HIV is living with me.
I like that. Okay, how many children do you have?
I have one daughter. She is 25 years old. And part of the story of that is she was conceived by two positive people, and she was born negative in the year 2000.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna jump into these questions. You ain't tell them about your dog either. The dog is a part of the family. Don't do her like that.
We have I have my grandpuppy now, and then I just got a new puppy.
Oh, you got another one since the
I
last time.
just got one like 4 days ago.
Oh
His,
God.
his, his name is Charlie Bear.
So y'all love dogs over there, huh?
Oh yes, yes, they are part of the family. Absolutely, they bring a lot of joy and happiness into our life.
I'm looking at my questions to see.
Oh well,
Um,
I can start you. What role has communication played in keeping your relationship strong and healthy?
it's it's okay. I wanna ask this one first.
Okay.
Okay, what helped you build the confidence to date again after learning your status?
I'm looking for my answers because I wrote these down. So I've really never dated. I was in a long term relationship with my daughter's biological father from 13 to 19. And he was also the person who I got HIV from. And then from that, I was, I didn't really date at all. Dating wasn't even something that I had thought about. Being diagnosed at such an early age, I felt kind of stuck with him for a period of time, if that makes sense. And then um, I just didn't think that dating would ever be possible. And so from 13 to 19, I was with him. And then I had my daughter at 20, almost 21. And then I met my partner who I'm with right now. So, um, again, I honestly never thought that love would be something that I could truly find, or finding love, or love found me. Um, and so I was almost 21 when I met my partner, and he saw me for me and not my diagnosis, and not the fear of the diagnosis. He helped me find my confidence. He made me feel worthy and beautiful, and loved me without condition. He treated me like I wasn't different, like I was just anybody else, and that really helped me start to see myself in the same way. After having someone to love you for you, I really had to start to learn to love myself. And it wasn't, I never really loved myself in that type of way that he loved me. And so that meant working on me. That meant going to therapy. That meant working on some of the things that I hadn't worked on before because, again, being diagnosed at 15, it wasn't something that I didn't even think about was loving me. It was just about caring for others and always making sure everybody else was okay. And so I finally was able to connect to other people who understood what it was like living with HIV. And I will say the confidence didn't build overnight, right? It takes work. It grew over time through love, through healing, through learning who I am outside my diagnosis. And now looking back, I see how powerful it is to truly love yourself. And I know that we all are still deserving of love. Everyone deserves love, no matter what your status is. We are all deserving of love.
Oh, don't make me cry. We just got started.
I'm sweating, so it's okay.
We only 5 minutes in. Okay, okay. Um, how did y'all meet? Cause that's like what everybody want to know. When you say, "Oh, I'm in a zero discordant relationship," or "Oh, I'm HIV positive," um, everybody want to know, like, how did you meet that person? Or the next thing is these two questions. They want to know, how did you meet, and how was you able to tell them you was HIV positive? Because it's a lot of people, well, it's a lot of people living with HIV, but it's not open to disclose their status to somebody, in fear of stigma, or in fear of how, whatever, how they gonna feel about them. And then the other side is, they don't even believe that love is on the table anyway, so they just stay away from it and they be scared. So how did you meet him, and how was you able to tell him, like, "Oh, I'm positive?"
So let me swallow. um, it is a very interesting story, and I'll leave the little fine details out. But he was my brother's friend, and I met him through my brother, and he was the only person that I had ever been with that spoke English. So to be able to connect on somebody on that type of level and not have to translate or try to speak in Spanish and try to explain your feelings was very different. Um, and so we found each other in kind of a backwards way. Our relationship started out as a more of a convenience for each other more than it was falling in love in the beginning. Um, I tell people today I fall more in love with my husband now after 24 years than in the beginning, because it was more about convenience. I wanted a father for my daughter, and he wanted to be with us, and therefore, excuse me, and therefore, we decided to start dating. Now, I didn't disclose my status to him. My family disclosed my status to him. And that was after we had already had relations and had been together. And then he confronted me with it and asked me, "Why didn't you tell me and give me the opportunity to make the choice for myself before you making the choice for me?" I say to him all the time today, and I say to people that it's not very often that you find somebody who is willing to sit with that and say, "I'm going to put myself in your shoes for one moment, and I can't understand what it would be like to like somebody and to have to disclose this information, and then to maybe scare them off." And so after that conversation happened, he chose to stay. And we chose to educate, and he chose to learn and do a lot of education around HIV, and learning what that meant. And but yeah, my family is the one who disclosed my status a lot more than I would disclose my own status, because I was not comfortable. Being 15 in high school wasn't something that I was just going around disclosing my status. And so my family did a lot of that for me.
Okay, so for those of you that have joined and have no clue what we are talking about, and the reason why I say it like that, because at my caption, I put navigating a zero discordant relationship. And I just found out what zero discordant relationship is last year. I had no clue of what that meant or nothing. Like, I've been positive 21 years. I never knew anything about that. Now, I knew that, of course, somebody would date you or love you or have sexual relations with you that was not positive, and you're positive. I knew that, but I didn't know that they had a name for it. So when one person is HIV positive and one person is HIV negative, they are called a zero discordant relationship. The person that's HIV positive is on their meds, taking care of themselves. They're undetectable, and they cannot give their partner HIV. So that's where we at. We both are in those type of relationships, and we is sharing our story. Well, I'm interviewing this beauty because she forced it on me. Wasn't thinking about doing this for a while, and she forced it on me when we was in Atlanta. So that's why we're here right now to show people that love is on the table for women that's living with HIV. It is. Love is on the table for all of us, right? And I like the way you said that when y'all got together, you you started learning how to love yourself and you found your confidence when you was in the relationship. I think that's really key. Like in any relationship, not if you're positive and negative or if you got mental health or whatever whatever you got going on. I think that when you take care of yourself and learn how to take care of yourself, learn how to love yourself, learn what's going on, why I feel like this, why I act like this, why I think like this, why what makes me sad, why am I so angry. When you dig deep within yourself, it helps you be a better person, and you could be a better person for that person you with, HIV positive or not. So I like that the relationship helped you figure that out, because there's a lot of people that's in relationships have not even yet figured it out. They not confident, they don't love themselves, they just trying to be in a relationship. So it's good that you figure that out
You got to
when
be in
y'all.
love with yourself. You have to absolutely be in love with yourself and love the whole entire who you are as a whole entire being. Um, because we do come first before anyone else when we're in a relationship, and we have to be in love with ourselves.
Okay, so the next question is, what role has communication played in keeping your relationship strong and healthy? Strong and healthy.
Yes, I'm shuffling through papers. Um, communication is has been a really big foundation in our relationship. It's what's kept us strong. It's what's kept us grounded and connected through all these years. I think without communication, um, no relationship can truly be healthy because communication is the key foundation. There's times when we didn't always communicate well, when things were misunderstood. Um, there, there were times when just we didn't meet eye to eye, right? But over time, we realized that communication isn't just about talking, it's about listening and listening to understand and not just to respond. After 24 years together, people often ask, what's the heart of our relationship? It's communication. There were days when our daughter used to come home from school and she'd be like, what do you and daddy do all day? It's like, we had 8 hours of therapy. And she's like, what do you mean? It's like, we talked all day. We have a lot of history. There's a lot of history on his side of family. There's a lot of history on mine. And so communication really is the key to help understand your past experiences and your current experiences and to bring them together and to work through those past experiences and traumas. Um, so even when it's uncomfortable, even when those uncomfortable conversations come up, it's really about taking the time to really listen and understand each other and understand each other's point of view and where you're coming from. That is the most important. And there are times that it's rough. There are times that things don't go as smoothly as you might think they go or you want them to go. But it is about that communication. And our key rule for us and our family that we live by is that you don't go to sleep angry. Like, we deal with the problem at hand. You don't wait until tomorrow. You communicate about it now, and we don't hold on to that so that we can move forward and continue being in that healthy, positive spirit.
I love that we had therapy for 8 hours. I love that we had therapy for 8 hours. You don't even know. I'm sitting here thinking like I'm gonna tell Curtis. I'm gonna tell Curtis we having therapy for 8 hours next week. It sounds like a whole date. Like, let's talk about your grandmother's grandmother. Curtis, I'm about to call him nigga. Let's talk about your grandmother's grandmother. Let's talk about my auntie's cousin, uncle on the auntie side. Let's get deeper to this thing. I like that. I like that. That just was so beautiful. It was beautiful just to have conversation like me and Curtis. We could talk about anything. Like, we just talk, 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 talk. Sometimes we talk so much. Like, did I tell you this already? Did I tell you this already? Oh no, I told you already. But that's really cool. Okay, we're gonna go to the next question.
Where you
Have you?
put me? What question?
We in order, but I'm gonna go ahead and go in order. um. Okay. How does your partner support you emotionally and mentally on your HIV journey?
Um, because you had me in order. I was not in order. So my partner has been my biggest emotional and mental support through my lived experience of being HIV positive. Truly my biggest cheerleader. From the very beginning, he made the choice to learn and to understand what it really means to love someone living with HIV. He's taken the time to educate himself, to ask questions, and to really show up not just for me, but for us. And there have been a lot of hard days and a lot of hard months. But no matter what, he always shows up with compassion and understanding. Even though he is not living with HIV, he is HIV negative, and that is why we are a serodiscordant relationship.
I like
Um,
that.
he has definitely been affected in ways that most people don't understand or see. His kindness, his patience, the sacrifices he makes just to make sure I'm okay, even when I'm not okay. Those things mean everything to me. He brings out the best in me and always finds a way to make me smile. Um, and even on the rough days, like November, I was diagnosed 10 days before my 16th birthday. So November is a very hard month for me. And he's walked beside me almost all of my entire journey. And that takes a commitment, and it takes a lifelong kind of commitment that a lot of people don't understand what that really means when you're invested into a relationship with a serodiscordant partner. Um, so yes, he's always brought so much heart and grace into our relationship, and I'm very thankful and grateful for that.
That is so beautiful. It's so that sounds like Curtis. And I know it's not Curtis because you all way over there. And not only that, when I talk to other women that's in in zero discordant relationships too, they say the same thing about their husbands. It's the same thing. It's like we need to get these men together and like just hug them really tight and just think that
Yes,
like it's the same. I hear the same thing every time. It's the same thing. That is beautiful. It's really beautiful. We need to find some help for them too. Just like we need help, they need help too. They need somebody
yes,
to help them with that. Cause that's just everything you said. And if it's you, me, and at least three other women that I talk to feel the same way, I know they got to be heavy on them, right? Even though they love us and they're gonna do it anyway. But I know that that has to be heavy at times, right? So they need support too, right?
yes. I absolutely agree. They need support, and that is often the biggest question that I hear from my husband is there is support for you, there's support for people like you, but at the end of the day, where's the support for men like me who are heterosexual who are with a person living with HIV? So it's definitely something we need to elevate and a conversation that needs to be had.
I agree. So if y'all just joined, listen, you may not be living with HIV, but I'm sure if you got 1,000 friends on your page, I'm sure that one woman on your page is living with HIV. So the best support you can give her today is sharing this live, because sharing this live and she see this, she will get hope that love is on the table for her, that she deserves a man like everything that Brandy just said. Everything I agreed with her that my husband, it sound like my husband. We both said it is a lot of other women that's in these same relationships say the same thing about their men, their husbands. I'm telling y'all, women, listen. Love is out here, y'all. I'm telling y'all, don't let yourself tell you it's not. Forget about what they said. You got to believe that love is on the table for you. Literally, you got to fall in love with you so bad that when he find you, he gonna have to love you because you love you too much. He gonna have to match your love language. He gonna have to match the love you have for yourself, or he's not even gonna be. You ain't gonna be able to see or hear him. Literally, I'm telling y'all, for real, for real. Okay, we're gonna go to the next question. Have you faced judgment or stigma as a couple, and how did you deal with it together?
So, yes, I believe that every serodiscordant relationship will face judgment or stigma. It's just something that's out there, and there's a lot of misconception out there. There, there's so much that people don't understand, and people are uneducated. We've experienced stigma in different ways in the healthcare system with our own families. My even when my husband has gone to get tested, he's had to explain why he needed a test, and explaining that he has a positive wife and that he needs to be tested. There were a lot of years that he never got tested at all, and just because of that stigma in general, he wouldn't go get tested. So I'm grateful that there's home testing kits available now that we can do that. But also, he speaks up at the clinic and makes sure that he asks for his test. And even when he's had to explain in healthcare settings or even teach people or educate providers who should know, um, he he will take the time to educate if somebody is willing to listen. Um, my husband's the kind of person that will stand up. He'll stand up to people. He'll stand up to systems. He'll speak the truth if someone's willing to listen. He takes the time to educate. And for me, the hardest part, I think, is often the internal stigma that we don't speak about all the time. The internal stigma as women being and living with HIV, um, and that is the biggest part that I think that affects me during those situations is that internal stigma, that we don't that people can't see. Um, my husband's family doesn't even ask or has never asked. I believe that they just make the assumption, and it's just it's just people are just not educated, and they really need to educate themselves. But at this point in our life, we know that science is there, and we know U equals U, right? Undetectable equals untransmittable, that we cannot transmit as long as we are taking our medications and we are undetectable. And if people choose not to educate themselves, that's on them. Stigma might always exist in some form, but through education and visibility, like we're doing today, we can help change the way that people live. We're living proof that love, health, and understanding can exist beyond stigma.
You know, I was just thinking when you was talking about just stigma in general, it's just itself. Um I've been on TikTok a lot lately. I don't know what's over me in this TikTok. After the wedding and posting all the stuff after the wedding, I just got stuck with TikTok. I realized that people is really uneducated for real. Like I know it anyway, but like this new thing with this TikTok, people really is uneducated for real. The questions be like crazy. Like they so concerned about how you got it. Like how did you get it? Was this person sleeping with men? Or what difference does it make if I say yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, I still got it. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole point of the matter is I'm trying to get you to understand that I became HIV positive because I slept with the person that I was in a relationship with. He did not know his status. I did not know his status. I That was a big error for me. I'm trying to tell y'all, it be like weird sometimes. Like sometimes people can't stick to the main thing. It's like they I don't believe they get it, Brandy. I really don't believe that they get it. That is you become HIV positive by having unprotected sex. I don't believe that they believe that it's that simple. I really truly don't. They don't believe that.
And that's where it goes back to people being uneducated and not gaining the knowledge and and knowing that. And at the end of the day, us as women, I think we face that challenge a lot more than other people do, because it is the big question, like how did you get it? And really it doesn't matter. It's we are living with it, and it shouldn't be a question that's always a top priority.
We got a lot of work to do. That's all I can say. We got a lot of work to do.
Oh, I believe that one of our experiences around stigma is my husband's sister, after 14 years of knowing her, came up to me just like recently in the last 2 years when we seen her, and she says, "Can I drink off of you?" And I was like, "Huh?"
Mm.
I, I was, and like after all these years, you've been to our wedding, you've done this with us, like, and she said, "Can I just pull you? I have a personal question to ask you. Can I drink off of you?" And I was like, I mean, I was just mind blown. Like, really? Like, that's what you're gonna ask me right now after this long? Like, it doesn't even it's just mind blowing. So yes, we have a
How
lot of work to do.
how did that make you feel?
Um, I mean, I, huh, it's, it made me feel like that judgment has always been there and it's never going to go away through their eyes, and that they judge my husband, and that's that assumption that I think they don't even ask if he's positive. They just make the assumption. They have never even, they don't bring up my status. I mean, after this long, they know it's something that he is very well outspoken about. Like, this is my life, this is what my wife lives with, and this is what we live with as a family, and if you choose not to be a part of it, then like, bye. But it definitely makes you feel like you'll never be accepted in that side of the family, just because of um, the way they treat, or the way they don't even ask or are want to educate themselves. There's the puppy, Phoebe.
Oh,
So yeah, it's definitely a lot of work.
yeah, I'm sure. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Oh, it's not the first and it won't be the last, right?
I'm
I
sure.
mean, even
Hmm.
our children, I mean, I remember when my daughter was in high school and she would come home and she would be like, "I'm so angry, mom. I can't say anything because I don't want to out myself, but people are talking that you can get AIDS off of straws." And
Mm.
she was already so well educated around HIV and AIDS that she knew the answers, but not wanting to out herself at that age, just it would just bother her. It was very bothersome. So yes, there's a lot of work that we need to do, and especially I believe in the younger population.
I agree. Okay, the next question is, what message would you give to other women living with HIV who fear they may never find love or acceptance? Especially that acceptance part, because you just spoke a lot about that right now.
Yes, yes. So love exists. Our diagnosis is not to find love any that we may find in this world. We deserve love. There will always be challenges in finding unconditional love and happiness, but it can exist, and don't give up on it. There, don't ever let anyone tell you that no one will love you for who you are, because someone will, and that someone should be you. We are worthy of love. We are worthy of happiness and healthy relationships. But first and foremost, you have to love you. You have to love all of you. Like, embrace yourself and love you, because that is the most important. And when that happens, things will fall into place the way they should. I used to believe that no one would ever love me, but I realized I really had to love and accept myself and all of me. And I had to be ready. And when I did that, love found me.
You know I'm so silly. I'm sitting here, girl. Why you talking? I'm going down memory lane. I'm like living. I'm like living, seeing my whole life, seeing my whole life. That just, oh, listen. Listen. You know I laugh at stuff that's not funny. It's like a defense mechanism for real. But listen, I remember. Not even I remember. It's so many women that's living with HIV that got it from their partner and stayed with that person and experienced so much abuse. And believed that they had to stay with that person. Like, I have to stay with him because nobody else is gonna love me. Nobody else is gonna be with me. Nobody is gonna take me serious because I'm HIV positive. This is my story. And being in that relationship for so long, you lose yourself, you lose your identity, and you, of course you don't love yourself because you don't even know what love means. You be what you want love so bad, like, oh my god, ain't nobody gonna love me. You kind of like, you missed it, that you gotta love you first before somebody can actually even love you. And I went through so many year after year after year wanting love so bad, wanting love so bad, and not even understanding that I had to love myself first until God told me, like, you, I love you, like, I love you. God had to remind me of, I love you. I love you, Trivia. I love you just the way you are. I'm like, just like this. You know what I'm saying? Just like this, uneducated, ghetto, silly. Like, you love me like that, God? Like, yes, I made you that way. That's your superpower. And I had to learn how to fall in love with myself with God's guidance to show me that I'm unique. Not because my middle name is unique. No, because God said so. He made me unique. This is the way that I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be different from everybody else. But when I fell in love with me, that's when love felt me. It wasn't until then, because if love would have found me before then, I wouldn't have even been ready for it. I would have ruined it. I would have ruined what God had for me because I didn't fully love me. When you don't love yourself, you can't love nothing. You can't love nobody correctly. So the spill you just said, I was like, she's just talking about me. She's talking about me.
And that's one of the biggest things that my husband told me. Like, when we were together, I wasn't taking my medication at all in the very early years, and I said, I'll take my medication for you, and I'll take my medication for our daughter, but I'm not taking my medication for me, because I had already been so much on so many medications in my teen years that I was just tired. And he it was one of again, it's a those uncomfortable conversations, right? But it's a conversation that I'll never forget, is that he said, if you don't love yourself enough to take your medication, then don't take your medication at all. And
Mm,
that kind of broke me in the moment, but it also woke me up at the same time to make me realize that I needed to love myself enough to take my medication, because I need to love myself first. I cannot love him and I cannot love her the way I need to love them if I'm not taking my medication for myself. And it is definitely an uncomfortable conversation, but it needed to happen, and it took me a long time to become adherent again to my medication and to be undetectable. But I got there, and over 15 years now undetectable, and but it took a lot of work to do that.
I'm glad that you. I'm glad that God blessed you with your husband.
Thank
It's like a when I hear the stories of women that's with men, women that's living with HIV, that's with men that love them and support them, it's deeper than, oh, I just love you, right? The conversations that he having with you is different than I love you. You know what I'm saying? I love you is beautiful. But when you having a hard day or you feeling bad and he speak life into you like that, that's powerful. That's really, really powerful. We all need somebody in our life like that. So for us to have that, that is really, it's really, we need to be on our knees tonight thanking God for these men we have in our life, because he could have gave us a bad one that would have been like, well, just don't take the medicine, who cares? No, who cares? Don't take it, don't take it for me, kids, nobody, I don't care.
That's what it was. It was like, don't, if you don't want to, that's fine, but don't tell me you love me
Hmm.
if you're not
If
loving
you're gonna take
yourself.
care of yourself. Yeah. Okay, this is our last question. I can't see no questions on here. If anybody have any questions, I can't see none. I thought it was gonna pop up on here, but if y'all have some questions, put them in the comments, and I'm gonna see if it pop up on here. But let me see. It say can't post comments to whatever. Okay,
Well, we can
what?
always have a follow-up session
Right.
if people have questions to ask from this.
Okay. What legacy do you hope your love story leaves for other women living with HIV? This is a good one, y'all. Please, everybody in the back, listen.
The legacy is that the true love exists for us, that our HIV diagnosis does not define who we are, and we are worthy and we are deserving of love. And I share my story in hopes that um, other people will find the inspiration and know that there's love out there, and love does exist. Um, I know someone needs to hear this out there, right? Like, there's people that need to hear, there's women that need to hear this, there's women that need to hear that you can be loved and that love does exist for you. HIV is real, that self love is powerful, and that we are so much more than our diagnosis. We are love, we are strength, and we are resilient.
Y'all heard that? That don't only apply to women that's living with HIV. That applies to all of us. Not only women, men too. It applies to all of us in the world. Everything she said. But we just talking about us today. But we talking about us
We are.
today. We talking about us today. But we just let y'all know it apply to y'all too. We ain't gonna single y'all out. And that's what always happen. People try to single people out. Oh, this all subject, but I'm gonna say it because I feel like it. Oh, black people this. Oh, the black people. Oh, the black people in America. No, all the people in America. Why didn't just single the people out? No, everybody. This goes for everybody. We all love is on the table for all of us, y'all. All of us. Not just HIV, not just because whatever. Love is on the table. And this is why love is on the table, because God is love. Right? So if God is love, God is giving it to all of us. He wants us to have him. He want us to have him. It ain't just because you're black. It ain't just because you're HIV. It ain't just because you got an illness. It ain't because you're sad. It's because he just love you just because he created you, right? So do y'all? Oh, I see questions. I mean, I see a comment. Do y'all got any questions? I just got excited.
I see that.
I got excited. We got one. We got one comment. Y'all got any questions for Brandy? Y'all, come on. Let's get her one question. You got anything else you want to add? Anything else you want to
I
say?
was I was trying to go through and see if we answered all the questions you actually gave me. But no, just remember that the science is real. Science exists. Um, I mean, even before the science existed, we were undetected. Were the living proof that I wasn't transmitting to my husband before the U equals U even came out, because he wasn't being tested, we weren't using protection, and we didn't even know the science until the science came out, and we looked at each other and we were like, "This is us." Like this has been
Right.
us for a long time, but we just didn't know it, right? We're living proof that love stories can happen, and love is on the table for everyone out there. It doesn't matter, just like you just said. It doesn't matter what it is, what illness, what race, color you are, what you have. Those things do not define you. Love is real and love does exist.
um I know, like, I've been positive 21 years, but for the last 6 years I have been openly positive and talking to so many different people. And the one thing that's the biggest concern for people living with HIV is love. They feel like nobody will love them. And before me and Curtis got together, I didn't talk a lot about love. If you can remember, Brandy, we've been friends on Facebook a long time. You weren't seeing me talk about no love stuff. I wasn't talking about that. That wasn't my strong area. I was talking about mental health, sadness, stuff like that. I wasn't talking about that because it just wasn't my area. But when in my alone time with other people, they talked about it a lot, so I didn't have to talk about it. I believe that love wasn't on the table too, that nobody would love me out loud. I know in secret they would, and other people feel the same way. So that's why, because now that love has found me and God has allowed me to experience that. That's why I always try to talk about love so much, because so many people live with HIV just do not believe that it can happen for them. It just does not. They believe it can't happen for them,
But we
and
were
that's
there, right? Like, I was there.
yes,
Like you said, so many women stay with the person that they contracted it from. I did the same thing for so many years. It wasn't necessarily the most healthiest relationship, but I stuck with it because I felt like, who's going to love me now, or who's going to want me. I had all the bad words in my mind that people would say about us, and I had to learn how to move forward and move past that. But yeah, so many people stay, and you don't need to stay. Know that you don't need to stay in an unhealthy relationship, because you will find something better, and someone will love you for who you are. And I think also one of the other things is that, when yes, being able to take medication, being on PrEP, right? That a negative person can take when they're in a serodiscordant relationship. And I believe that is a choice between the couples in their relationship, if they choose that. My husband's not on any medication, and he chooses not to be on any medication. He knows the risks, but knowing those and having those honest conversations and where both partners sit is really healthy. Again, it comes back down to communication, right? Communicating like what's going to be best for your partner and what's going to be best for you, and how to collaborate with that, and knowing it's education, knowing the risks. And some people are willing to take those risks and some people are not. But respect each other's decision. If your partner wants to take medication because you're positive, respect that person's decision. If they don't want to, respect that as well. That is their choice. It is their body and their choice, and they have a right to make those decisions for themselves.
I agree. I agree 100%. So y'all have any other questions, concerns? But I want to say this before we go, and if y'all ask a question, it's fine. But if not, I'm gonna end with um I believe what I'm learning. I'm learning this. This is like a new season in my life right now. I'm learning that the stigma that we put on ourselves is worse than the stigma that other people put on us. I didn't realize that years ago that I was stigmatizing myself way before I even allowed somebody else to stigmatize me. Because like that's the question that people ask all the time. Have you experienced stigma? Have you experienced stigma? They always ask me that, and I'll be like, no, not really. I don't think so, because I really don't pay attention to it. God bless me, and he covered me from that. He shielded me from it, so I don't see it. But in this season of my life, I'm learning that I stigmatize my own self. I don't need no help. I don't need nobody to stigmatize me, because in my own thinking, I have stinking thinking that I stigmatize my own self before I can even listen to someone else. So I encourage people that is living with HIV to find someone you can talk to. Literally, find somebody to talk to. A therapist, a friend, a coworker. Find somebody you can confide in and talk to. And all this thinking that you got, you need to say it out loud, because a lot of times you keep it to yourself and you think it's okay, and it is not okay. It's not. It's okay not to be okay, right? But it's
Yeah.
not okay to think things that make you not okay for later in life. Big difference.
And that's
Some things will make you, you will not be okay for later, not for right now, right? You gotta
that's that
really get it
internal
together.
stigma. That's that internal stigma.
We
We
can't
have a
we can't live like this. Nope, it's unfair. It's unfair to yourself. It's unfair to yourself. But how is you gonna know that this is unfair if you keep it to yourself? You need to talk about how you feel about being HIV positive, right? It's important. I went a lot of years. Like, who y'all see me as today playing and being silly and all that. I was always hurt. I was sad. I was sad and going through some other stuff, right? You got to talk about what you're going through, y'all. Like, seriously, like we can talk about being in love and all them beautiful things, and it's beautiful, right? And we thank God that we are experiencing this and we can handle it, right? But flip side to it, to the people that's not, that don't have love, don't have nobody that's within their own thoughts, it's not safe. You're not safe alone, right? You're not safe alone, and it is important to find somebody to talk to. If you got to go outside of your comfort zone and find your therapist and find somebody you can talk to, it's very important. And let these people tell you that therapy, if you go see a therapist, you crazy. It's okay to be crazy.
yes,
Go
it
see
is.
you a therapist. Go see your therapist. It's okay. It's
Yes,
okay.
because
For
that's how
real.
we're going to fix ourselves.
Yes, I'm trying to told you.
You have
And
to
the
be able to
therapist,
talk to
and
somebody.
listen, a therapist ain't always somebody you gotta go to and sit on the couch. A therapist can be somebody that already done lived through what you are going through. That could be your therapy. Brandy saying her husband sit down and have therapy. 8 hours of therapy. They ain't with no school for therapy to be a therapist. They therapy on each other. I'm trying to tell y'all.
Yes.
Listen, for real.
Have good therapy sessions.
Yes.
And we
I'm trying
still
to tell
do.
you.
We still do, as we're part-time empty nesting, daughters back and forth between home, and it's still a process and a phase. It's a continuing learning experience with your partner. And I will say, even after this long of being in a relationship, we are still learning and growing together. We never stop learning and growing together as couples.
Okay, we don't have no questions. So I'm gonna end with, so Real AIDS Day is coming up. So if y'all are in the Chicago area, I am having my 5th annual HIV awareness event. Now y'all know I'll be having a bunch of events. I think I had 5 this year. 4 this year. But Real AIDS Day is my favorite event. Listen, I'm gonna say it again for the people all the way in the back. Real AIDS Day is your trivia favorite day and event. And it's because I went public with my HIV status on World AIDS Day. I thought that was the best day to do it because everybody is celebrating, everybody's having events and doing things, and it was special. It had been special to everybody else, so I want to be special to me too. I want to be
You're
special
so
to me
cute.
too. I wanted to be special. I want to end on a special, right? So I did it on a special day. So I'm having an event on December the 6th. If you are in the Chicago area, reach out to me so that I can give you the information so that you can register for the event. And I know you want to come. You've been wanting to come to some of my events for a long time, right?
Oh,
And this
yes.
is it. This is the perfect time. You've been wanting to come for a long time. It was the kids had a birthday party. You had to go see your auntie. Somebody's in the hospital. You just couldn't come. But this year you're gonna be able to come. I already know. So just reach out to me. And also, I am getting a panel discussion together with 6 women that's living with HIV, and we are going to have a wonderful time on TikTok. I told y'all I like TikTok, so I'm going over to TikTok to have a wonderful time there. We're going to talk about what. Okay, I'm gonna leave y'all wait. So when I went public with my HIV status, the question that I asked everybody was, "What do real AIDS Day mean to you?" That's what I asked before I told y'all I was positive. So that's what we're going over to TikTok to do. We is going to tell people what real AIDS Day mean to us and what life has been like as women living with HIV. And I want y'all to join us over there on Real AIDS Day. I'm getting my women together. We're gonna get together and we're gonna have some fun. And we're gonna drink some tea. We all gonna have us a little mug, because I like mugs. We're gonna have a little
Me
mug.
too. I have
And we're gonna
mugs.
you like mugs too? See,
Yes.
this
I
goes
buy them
right together.
every place I go or travel. I come home with a mug.
I do the same thing. We be twinning, don't even know it. We're gonna get us some mugs, we're gonna drink some tea or whatever you drink. Put it in your mug and we're gonna drink and we're gonna have a wonderful time. I'm gonna call it what I call my stuff, the tea about HIV, and we're gonna go on TikTok, y'all. It's gonna be absolutely amazing. But that's all. Brandy, I just want to thank you for real, for real.
You're
This has
welcome.
been so much fun. We were sitting at the table. You like, you should interview me. I'm like, what? You like, yes, you should interview me. Knowing you knew I had did this in a long time because we follow each other. You like do it and get me out
It's
of
a
my comfort
conversation that
zone
needed had
to
to,
do
it,
this.
this needs to happen. You're now married. You're in a serodiscordant relationship, and it's not something that people even understand what a serodiscordant relationship is. It's a topic that I think that we need to continue to touch bases on and continue to bring that forward because it is a gap out there, and everyone deserves love. Just remember that you're worthy of love. You're worthy of all the good things that can happen to you in life.
I agree. I strongly agree. Clock it. That's the new thing. Clock it. What she said.
Clock it.
Clock it. All right, we're gonna come back. If y'all have any questions, y'all want to add, just put them in the comments and we will do a part 2 to this. Now my questions is gonna be all y'all questions. None from me. Y'all ask the questions and we both can answer them. Actually, we can get a couple of women that's in zero discordant relationships and come back and ask the questions. That'd be good too. It's just
Oh,
amazing how
yes.
there's a lot of us in different states and we get together and do these things. It's just powerful, right?
This is beautiful. This is beautiful, and I appreciate you having me and doing this. And I know I'm the one who kind of was kind of like we need to have this conversation, but
Pushing it, pushing it.
it needs to be pushed. It needs to be pushed because we are out here, and serodiscordant relationships exist.
Period. So keep pushing me.
Yes.
Keep pushing me. Cause sometimes I don't be wanting to do it. I don't want to do it for whatever reason. I be doing so much stuff. It's not that I don't want to do it. It's just I don't be thinking. Just push me. Keep pushing me. And I'm
Oh,
gonna
I'll
keep
push
pushing
you.
you.
I'll send you a hand wave. No,
Okay, y'all. Thank y'all for joining. Like I said, comments, and we will come back with another one. Thank y'all.
thank you.